It's 7:40. Let's do this. Good evening, Hampton Roads. Good evening, Northeast, North Carolina. My name is David Aldrich, Chief Meteorologist of WTKR News 3 Television, and you are watching First Warning Live, sponsored by Marco's Pizza, where we're also giving away free pizza during this live stream. I know it's hard to believe, but we're going to do that at the top of the hour. We're preparing for the Labor Day weekend in terms of weather because it's really knocking on the door. Some of you are like, well, I don't even know what kind of weather to expect for Labor Day. We're going to cover that. So I thought we'd start off with maybe some ice cubes. Maybe you're going to be hanging out by the pool or maybe hanging out by the ocean front. If you're doing that, maybe it's cannonball. Maybe you're doing cannonball, you're jumping in the pool. It's 77 for Monday. It's not bad. Really, it's not that bad. But maybe you prefer, maybe it would be more preferable to hang out in the hammock. You could do that too. You could hang out with the mostly clear skies during the course of this evening and into the weekend as well. Because if you're hanging out by the deck, maybe you're cooking hot dogs, hamburgers, and all the rest. But it's summer's last gasp. It's the last hoorah. It could be the last hoorah for this summer of 2025. Expecting temperatures at 77 for Labor Day. So I wanted to say hi to you. Good evening to you. If you got a comment, we'd love to say hi. One of the things we love doing here on this stream is not only talk about the weather and what to expect, but there might be something that you have on your mind that you would like to be able to express. Maybe you'd like to express it like this way. This is from Kim. This is from yesterday. She says it's awesome weather. I'd say it's awesome. Awesome sauce, right? That's what we're going to expect for the weekend. Now, there could be some stray showers, particularly for North Carolina, and I'm going to explore that and why that's to be the case. But I'm also going to look at the drought monitor today because you might be surprised there are some abnormally dry areas now in the 757. Oh, you mean some of us have had more rain, some have had more, some have had less. It's not an equal opportunity rainfall in summer. Sometimes you get more than what you wish, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. I can tell you it's a beautiful, beautiful time with the sun going down at 7:38. That was just a few moments ago. We also have the big game at Norfolk State underway now. It's been underway since 7 o'clock with Coach Michael Vick and the Norfolk State Spartans. By the way, bright sunshine on Friday. It's a great kickoff to the holiday weekend. Mainly dry with low chances of rain this weekend. Oh, that's kind of cool. I mean, that's nice. And then Labor Day, it's still comfortable, but the question is, it's going to be trending dry. And I mentioned there could be a few isolated issues, maybe a hot spot or two, where there could be something to watch in terms of weather in North Carolina. Got a little note, also mention our WTKR page. We've got a cool article that's online now. So if you want to get all the details, you can find that on WTKR.com. Also want to mention the pizza that we're going to be giving away. You have 5 locations, soon to be 6, 5 locations you can redeem that free pizza. And those specific spots you can see 3 in Virginia Beach, 1 in Chesapeake, 1 in Norfolk. But if you want to sign up, and if you don't win tonight, and there's a good chance you could if you've been playing along, go to WTKR.com/Marcos, and you'll be able to win potentially some free pizza, which could be a big winner in the household. By the way, the lunch combo, $7.99. There are 5 different items along with a 20-ounce drink. It's only valid, though, between 11 and 3. So it is the lunch period of 4 hours, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. if you use the promo code WTKR, those are call letters, and the word lunch. And if you check out with the drink and the pizza bowl, Pozzoli, regular size salad, or 6-inch sub, or even a small one topping, you'll be able to save a lot of money, only $7.99 before tax. So I think that's pretty cool. But we're going to be giving away at the top of the hour, 8 o'clock, 1 large, 1 topping pizza monthly for a year for free. I think that's a real steal deal. And if you get lucky to win it, you'll be able to save some money on your pizza budget all year round. I think that's pretty awesome. All right, we're getting back to the headlines for a reason. Some of you might be wheezing and sneezing. If this is the case, I've said it now for a couple of days now. If you have that scratchy throat, maybe a headache behind the eye, it manifests many symptoms, really. Depending on different members of your household, might be affected by ragweed. So just think twice before you open the windows and let the cool air in, because it feels great. You feel like, hey, I'm saving money on the electricity. I'm saving money on hairspray because it's a good hair day. But it might have some drawbacks because of the ragweed, and that's going to continue to be high Friday and Saturday, the way things are shaping up. Current temperatures, look at this. Right now in Chesapeake, it's 70. In Norfolk, when the kickoff for this big game with Norfolk State, 75, pretty comfortable. 76 in Hampton, 77 in Newport News. Those are where we are, at least right now, 73 in Virginia Beach and Suffolk. If we expand the view, it's 75 in Poquoson and 74 Elizabeth City, the harbor of hospitality. Nags Head, Manio, also in the low 70s at this particular time. If you're on the call, we'd love to say hi to you. Leave me a note, leave me a message, because I want to be able to magnify your voice and put you on the screen. We talked about some of the great weather items that we have. Current conditions are virtually clear all across the board. That's one nice thing to see. But the satellite radar picture also showing pretty quiet weather. Clouds are trying to pull out. Hard to see if that raindrop near Elizabeth City is actually reaching the ground, but it's suggesting there's something there. And we'll be watching that potential going into the weekend, meaning a 10% chance of rain for much of this weekend. Will not be able to rule out entirely. So I've got some other notes from some of you from last night I'm looking at. I'm going to put my own comment in there because I want to see if you're watching, and you're watching us live. I'll do my best to put you up on the screen. It's not hard to do. It's actually pretty simple, and one of the cool things we can do is put anyone who's on this call up on the screen. Now, as far as the radar, there's more wet weather just off the coast of Hatteras. Clearly, you can see it's not that far from Hatteras. We'll put a little track here. How far is that? Maybe 30 miles, less than 30 miles. Not a big track here, but there's still some moisture off the coast, and it's probably a little cloudier around Ocracoke as well as Hatteras and Rodanthe over the last hour or two. So that's where things are. I got another note, but it's from yours truly. Just wanted you to participate if you're on the call. It's very easy. Just leave your name. Actually, you don't even have to leave your name. Just leave your comment, because Facebook will populate your picture like this one of me. Just want to say hi there. So if you're on the call, if you have a weather question you want to answer or have it answered, I'll do my best to field it on the fly. But coming up in just a few short minutes, about 15 minutes away, I'm going to give away the announcements of the free pizza winners. I think it's kind of cool. So I got to keep moving. Beach forecast tomorrow looks fantastic. 84. Did you know we hit 83 today in Norfolk? We did. We were actually 2 degrees warmer than I thought we would reach today, but we did hit 83. Tomorrow, expecting around 84. So I got some other notes here. Cheryl's on here. Cheryl wants to say hi. I love the fact that we got some live viewers here. Cheryl, hi to you. Good to see you. I hope that you're a winner. If you put your name in, you could win some free pizza. And then the question that I always like to ask the winners is, when you get the pizza, when you redeem the certificate, are you going to share? Are you going to share with a spouse, a boyfriend, girlfriend, neighbor? Somebody's like, hey, you want some Marco's pizza? I know they would like it. And a good way to build a stronger neighborhood, sharing pizza and weather. Got a note from Kim Thompson. She's on here. She's smiling at me. She says, good evening, David. Loving these nice days. Aren't they nice? They're like super nice, slice of nice, however you want to describe it. Maybe it's just sensational. Because dew points today, right in the middle of the afternoon, dropped into about 47, 48. It was awesome. It was almost, dare I say, it was almost divine, because when it's that dry, it feels super comfortable. Maybe to the point where it's going to spoil us if we ever get another warm spell later in September or October. But I want to just remind you, the rip current risk is low. It was very high post Hurricane Erin. We didn't get hit by a hurricane, but we had a brush by, right? Hurricane Erin was about 200 miles off the coast of Hatteras at its closest approach, roughly. But 2 feet tomorrow is really reasonable. So if you're going to the beach, this is a great beach day. High UV index around 8, but the low tide is at 6:03, and that's usually when the intensity of these rip currents can occur. But it's still, all things considered, much lower than it was post Erin and her pass by. Okay, so as far as tropical activity, it's fair to ask, is there anything going on? Looks pretty quiet here. We saw the last of Fernan, Farewell, that's gone. Now we have this other system, the National Hurricane Center, watching a 20% chance that this wave off of Africa could get the next name, which is, wait for it, Gabrielle. Do I have anyone watching that's Gabrielle? We have someone in our newsroom in the morning. I don't see her much because I work in the evenings. She works in the mornings, but we have Gabrielle on the list. She might have a name here in short order. Now, does it look all that organized to you right now? Probably not. Doesn't look all that organized whatsoever, but here it is. I mean, you have a big blob of thunderstorms likely coming off the coast of Africa, so if it gets a name, right now they've left a 20% chance of that occurring. And we've already mentioned that Gabrielle would be next, followed by Umberto, followed by Imelda, followed by Jerry. And then we could throw in Karen. So if we have any Karens, Jerrys, Imeldas, and so on, you might be the next name on the list. Now, it's not unheard of to see this spike. We usually see around the 10th of September, based on history, that we'll typically see more activity in the tropics during that time frame. If you recall, we're coming up, tomorrow is the actually 20th anniversary of Katrina, probably the best case study of how not to handle a hurricane after the fact, because this system was obviously, it wasn't until the levees broke that things got chaotic in a big way and in a hurry. But Katrina now marking 20 years as of tomorrow, so it is in fact a very somber anniversary, as it were. Today's high in Norfolk, I talked about this a moment ago, a little bit warmer than I thought we would get today. I was expecting 81, but 83 is still below average. The average high is 85. So tomorrow we might be closer to normal. I'm expecting 84 for Friday. Record high is from 98 today, back in 2006. And if you look at the calendar so far, only 3 days are colored red because those were the 3 days we were above normal. This has been in a completely topsy-turvy summer for first June and July, very hot and humid. And then we get this exceptionally cool month of August, and it's likely to stay pretty cool. We're running about almost 2.5 degrees below normal for the whole month. So if you add up all the highs, all the lows, divide by 31 days, we're not quite to 31 days yet, it's only 28th, but we still have some time there. If you were keeping track, if you were just keeping score, we had one 90-degree day, came in fast and furious on April the 6th. It was 91. Then we had 2 in May. Then we had a whopping 12 in June, but I do want to point out the hottest day of the year was this day. This was 99. 99 degrees. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of heat. And certainly some of you might have been feeling that during the course of this particular session here. Let me see if I am updating I'm looking for my telestrator and why it's not updating. For some reason it didn't want to upload. Maybe it'll come back in here. Let's see here. If I pop this back on, let's see. Anyway, 26th of June, 99. That's how hot it was at that particular time. And then, of course, 12 days in July. 12 days, in fact, it felt like, I believe the hottest day last month was 96 back on July the 8th. So one of the hotter days we've had this summer. If you're keeping track, we've had usually 36 days in the month, in the season, I should say, that we get about 90-degree days, and we've had just 29. So given the fact that we're 7 days shy of the average, I don't think anybody's going to cry over it, given the fact that we had so much humidity. The first 2 months, June and July, of meteorological summer were off the chain, off the charts, and very, very taxing for anybody who had to be out working in it. Let's see here. I got a note from Kim. I want to say and address this. She says, it was so nice seeing Blaine Stewart today, and so happy he'll be able to come back next week. It is a sight for sore eyes, and he is an answer to prayer. A lot of us have been praying for him. He had some health challenge months back, and now the fact that he's back on his feet, and we're very excited. You have to definitely tune in or go to WTKR.com. We've got stories about his experience, and it is going to be a very good testimony of how you can come back from a health adversity, which he has overcome, but much to the surprise, maybe to the surprise of the viewers because he's done it so quickly, but it's a lot to answer prayer. Very appreciative of Blaine. I got another note from Sandra. She says, I love Marco's Pizza. I do too. And hang with me, Sandra, because at the top of the hour, about 8 minutes, we are going to announce the winners. I've got one pizza winner for the entire year, and then I got 10 individual pizzas where we're just going to give out 10 individual pies. So like, you get a pizza, you get a pizza. We'll do that. But you got to bear with me. It's the top of the hour. But I want to keep going through the weather because we've got more content I want to share with you. This is what's remarkable. We've had only 1.60 inches of rain this summer. It hasn't been a lot, but one thing you'll note is that, let's see here if this will, don't know if this will actually reload. I'm hoping it will. 1.60 is what we've picked up in terms of rainfall, and that's very dry given the fact we average about 6 inches, just under 6 inches, 5.99. But the new drought monitor came out today, and you'll see some of these abnormally dry patches in the 757 that is dealing with abnormally dry air or dry weather. We haven't had a lot of rain in town center. Around the airport, it's been exceedingly dry, so you're going to have some yellow areas that grow until we get the rain made up. We're trying to make up for lost time, but there's only a few days left in August, so this will probably be a below average month. There are also some yellow areas around Middlesex County, around Saluda. Areas here also into northern Gloucester County probably could use some rain. That's what this would indicate. And if you're off to the north and east, it looks like Tangier Island could use some rain, as could areas around Westover, just south of Salisbury, Maryland, and maybe Girdletree. If that's an area you're familiar with, well north of Chincoteague, they could use some rain. Also Smith Island, some of those islands could use some rain. And if you look up and down New England, they could also use some rain because they're in the brown areas. That's level 2. That's a moderate drought. Severe, extreme, and exceptional. You can find extreme drought conditions in parts of South Florida. Fort Lauderdale, for example, has turned red because they really need some rain. You wouldn't necessarily think that that's a drought-stricken area, but right now, because these drought monitors come out every week, every Thursday morning, that's where they put some of the coloring. Our friends in Knoxville, West Knox County, probably not far from Hardin Valley or Farragut, abnormally dry. If you go into Loudoun County, perhaps into Blount County, there's level 2, moderate dry conditions in some areas of East Tennessee. But it really turns extreme once you get back to the red and exceptional areas toward the Rockies, southern sections of Arizona. They are very, very dry. South Texas. So this is the drought monitor as it stands right now. And of course, some areas could use more rain than others. It's just kind of the way things go and where they are right now. So very happy that you're here. Let's see, Kim's on here. She's also following up. Nice to have a conversation. She says, good evening, loving these nice days. And she mentioned that it was nice seeing Blaine. Yeah, I definitely agree. We're going to continue on this path of dry weather, probably leading into the first couple of days of September. We're still waiting for a southern system that would come off the areas of the Gulf, slide over the Florida Peninsula, and maybe bring back some rain, throw back some rain toward North Carolina this weekend. But it's really not going to be a whole lot. This is the satellite radar picture, which I like to show from a perspective of severe weather. Not a whole lot to show up in orange. That is one area northeast of Denver, where they've got a severe thunderstorm at this very moment in parts of Logan County, Morgan County, Washington County till 6:15 Mountain Time, where they could be receiving 1-inch size hail along Interstate 76. That's just south of Sterling. Outside of that, we have some wet weather in Montana, some downpours. It looks like right between Arkansas and Louisiana. And sliding to the deep south, it looks like there's some rain in Florida, but maybe not in the drought-stricken areas of Fort Lauderdale where they could use it. That certainly would be nice. But for us, you can see back in Hampton Roads and in northeast North Carolina, just some decreasing clouds, but still more clouds over Hatteras, Rodanthe, and perhaps over Roanoke Island. All right, here are my lows this morning. You ready for this? It got down to 59 in Norfolk. Are you kidding me? It was at 3:22 in the morning. Yeah, you had to get up early. If you were up at 3:22 in the morning, we fell to 59 degrees, 51 in Chesapeake and 52 in Suffolk, but we hit 83. That occurred at 2:10 this afternoon. So 83, one of the warmer days we've had in a while, but still below average. Normal high is 85, as you can see there. So just something to take note of. I know that when you look at these situations, you just kind of like take it with a grain of salt. Not everybody's going to be as hot as other places, but you take it where you can get it. I'm seeing if I can update my telestrator because it didn't want to update as quickly as I had hoped, but maybe I'll have more luck a little bit later. Let me keep on moving because our dew point, now that it's gotten down in the 40s briefly today, last I checked it was in the low 50s just before and around the 6 o'clock newscast. But yeah, it's 52 right now, 52, but it got down as low as 47 around 1 o'clock this afternoon. So if you could argue it's not only nice, but it's very nice, all things considered. By the way, it's 7:57. We're getting closer to 8 o'clock. I'm going to be announcing the pizza winners. Dew points have come down to the low 50s right now. Some are flirting with 60, like Suffolk, as well as Emporia, and it's 55. It's very comfortable in Currituck right now. So some of our areas in the Outer Banks are really feeling the niceness. It almost feels like autumn, even though dew points have come up marginally in some locations, like Hampton +6, but Norfolk's -2, so it's been bouncing back and forth over the last 24 hours. Here's where I expect it to be over the next 5 days. So keep in mind, when you look at the situation here, not everybody is going to have the ability. Let me see if I can update this. We're talking about 50s, 59, 60. Really not that bad, all things considered. Let me come back. Oops, didn't mean to go there. We're looking at 58 Sunday, 59 on Labor Day. Dew point temperatures in the low 50s. 55 in Raleigh, 59 in Hatteras. These are the comfortable dew points. But temperatures right now are looking pretty good too when you think about where things are. I'm looking at Charlotte's at 74, Virginia Beach 73. Well, it's very comfortable in Beckley at 66 degrees. All right, so that's where things are. This is a good stopping point. Wanted to show you the nation as a whole. If you wanted to be somewhere besides where we are right now, where would you want to be? I'm sure San Antonio at 100, it would not top your list. Maybe it would if you're a hot weather fan. 104 in Phoenix, another hot number. But a lot of folks from Detroit are at 63, and in Pittsburgh at 60. There is some very nice inviting air across the area. All right, so I'm just checking in with you. If you want to watch and change gears here, it's just about 8 o'clock. Time to announce some winners. I know that when we do these winners, it's just one of those steps that you have to take so that we can get your information, so we can send you in by regular snail mail. The U.S. Post Office will send you out the winner if you're a winner of the pizza certificate. All you have to do is go to WTKR.com/Marcos, then you can redeem these free pizzas at the following locations. But let's get ready for the big winner. Are you ready for this? I got to come back. Let me load this up. So we're at number 1, the big winner for the week. This is the free Marcos pizza for a year. Looks like this. The certificate will be sent to the winner, but let's bring out the winner's name right now. Okay, the big winner is, drum roll please, from Chesapeake, it's Elizabeth Wasinius. Elizabeth, congratulations, you just won free Marcos pizza for a year. Now, if you're watching us live, leave me a comment. We want to know how excited you are that you get to enjoy a free one-topping large Marcos pizza monthly starting as early as September, because I'm assuming by the time the mail gets it delivered, you might even use the Kempsville address as your primary spot, because Chesapeake, of course, has an address at 1320 Kempsville Road, but we're excited that you are the winner. And again, Elizabeth Wasinius, the Chesapeake winner of this week's big grand prize winner of the week. I'm going to keep moving because we also have free one large, one topping pizza for multiple winners. So let me get to those as we speak, in no particular order. Drum roll, please. Congratulations to Carrie Nickens. She's also in Chesapeake, another Chesapeake winner, as is Judith Sorensen. Congratulations to you. You have a free pizza certificate on its way to you by way of the mail, and she's in Virginia Beach. But we're not done there. We're going to give away 10, so I got 8 more to do. Here's number 3 and number 4. I want to give a big congratulations to Karen. Karen, are you on this call? If you are, you just won. Karen Edsall from Virginia Beach. You just won a free topping, free large one-topping pizza from Marcos, as has Catherine Stewart. She's out in Smithfield. Now, Smithfield is not a location where these locations are participating, but I'm sure, Catherine, if you're in the Virginia Beach area, you could swing by and pick up your free pizza. We're very happy that you won, and congratulations to all of you. Now, I'm not done. I got a couple more to deliver here. In the announcement category, that's number 5, Kenneth Burnham of Chesapeake. Congratulations to you, Kenneth. Congratulations, you got this free Marcos pizza on the way to you, and you could use a pepperoni, a sausage, whatever one topping of your choosing. As is Mika Davis, another winner from Hampton. Mika, congratulations to you. If you're in the Virginia Beach area, one of those 5 stores, you can redeem your pizza as well. Number 7, number 8. Now on the screen, it's Nikki Banks. Congratulations, Nikki. You just won in Newport News. You just won some free pizza, as has Vernell Pettis from Virginia Beach. Congratulations. If you haven't tried Marcos, you've got a great reason to do it now. You've got a chance to maybe not only try Marcos, but maybe you want to share. This is a large pizza, one topping of your choosing. It will be coming to you by way in the mail. And last but not least, for this week, number 9, number 10, in no particular order, would be Wendy Scott. Congratulations. She's in Newport News as well as is William Howells in Williamsburg. So 2 locations that might have to do a little bit of driving, but we're very happy that you won. Congratulations to all of the winners. I want to give a big shout out to Carrie, Judith, Karen, Catherine, Kenneth, Mika, Nikki, Vernell, Wendy, and William. And of course, our grand prize winner for the pizza for the year is Elizabeth Wasinius, if I said that right, in Chesapeake. So very happy, all of you. Let's get back to the weather. If you have some comments, let me know. I'll do my best to put you on the screen. But I love the fact that we can do this. It's just one of the things that we're experimenting with. We think that if you have some pizza, It's good comfort food, and when you have a Memorial Day holiday, or rather Labor Day holiday, we've kind of bookends now, it's Labor Day, you'll have maybe some reason to save some money. If not with that, you're also a winner with the lunch combo. We talked about this, $7.99, where you can get a one-topping small pizza and a 20-ounce drink between the hours of 11 and 3 by just going to marcos.com and using the promo code WTKR lunch. All right, we want to get back to the temperatures. Boy, they hot in South Texas and in Phoenix at 104. That's some very hot air, but here's something that's maybe good news. Is this good news? I hope this will pop you. There it is. It looks pretty cool. It looks exceedingly cool from the Ohio Valley, the Tennessee Valley, all the way back to Texas from September 5th to the 11th, which is why you're going to still have a hard time getting back to what might be considered normal. Yeah, don't think we're going to get, what did we average, maybe 1 or 2 days, if that, for 90-degree weather in September. This, again, is certainly the canary in the coal mine. The temperatures are going to stay well below normal, and it's still going to be very, very hot in the Pacific Northwest. So if you're excited about that, that might be reason to celebrate. September 5th through the 11th does look very, very cool. Got a note from Taj. He's on here. Maybe he's responding. He says, will he be at the desk tomorrow? We do know that... I think he's talking about Blaine Stewart. He is coming back very soon. I don't know his specific schedule, but I do know he was walking through the halls this morning, and we had some video during our 6 o'clock newscast. But we're very excited about Blaine and his recovery, because it's been tough. But as many of you who've ever gone through a health challenge, you know that it's one step at a time. So that's what Blaine will be able to testify to. It's been one step at a time, and we're very happy that he's back on his feet in that regard. September 5th through the 11th, we'll look at this. I mean, look at the cool temperatures in blue. That's where it's cold enough to snow. Is it blue in Canada? It does. It looks blue to me. It looks like it's coming all the way down to the Great Lakes, where there's going to be a surge of cool air all the way down to Tennessee. Ooh, that's like the 7th of September. I mean, when you can get this cool for the first week of September, you're not going to get much warmer than the afternoon. That's just one of the things that's interesting. I got a congratulations from Kim Thompson-Jones on the winners. Yes, very thankful for all of our friends at Marcos and the winners. If you haven't tried Marcos, you've got a great opportunity now to try it, and also be able to share it with those around you that you love and like to share pizza with. I can tell you what, as far as the temperatures, this is my trend for the next couple of days. This includes the Labor Day weekend, which is Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Temperatures will be settling into about 77 when the normal high is in fact 85. So if the normal high is 85 and we're having a hard time getting there, is it any wonder? I know it's one of the situations where if you can get some temperatures in the mid-80s this time of year, it's kind of a rarity, but at least Friday, tomorrow, will be our closest approach. Once we get into the rain chances, I mentioned yesterday, best chance will be mainly North Carolina. That's true for Saturday, 20% chance, but it's just a stray shower opportunity for Sunday and Monday. We still have to watch this low here. As I come back on camera, this low takes you into about 1 o'clock on Labor Day itself. So once it leaves the Gulf, you know, it could throw back some showers into Ocracoke, Hatteras, Verdanthe, maybe even Roanoke Island for Wanchese and Manteo, but it's really going to have a hard time functioning beyond this point. So I don't think we're going to have much. 10% I think probably covers it. Most of us are going to stay dry in this extended period of time, which is the weekend. High temperatures in Onancock tomorrow, 79. Biloxim 80, Saxes 79, Exmoor and Cape Charles about 79 degrees. If you're in the Outer Banks, Kill Devil Hills for your Friday, kicking off your Labor Day weekend, 82 there, 82 Nags Head and Manteo, and 81 for Duck. And as we slide down toward Hatteras, 82, Ocracoke, lots of sunshine tomorrow at 81, and Rodanthe at 83 degrees. Here's your Storm Prediction Center maps. I wanted to show you the couple of colors here. Not only do we have the isolated in dark green, but we also have some yellow scattered potential right there between Texas and Arkansas. But at least tonight, right through sunrise tomorrow, Denver could have some isolated severe storms. We looked at one area, maybe back to the west just a moment ago. And later tonight, we could see more scattered severe storms northeast of Dallas, while Dallas and Fort Worth could have some isolated in green. But that would include Texarkana and areas along maybe toward the border of Oklahoma and Texas. Severe weather threat looks pretty quiet here. We don't have any anything to worry about. But by Friday, there might still be some green areas here back toward at least east of Denver, where there could be some isolated severe storms, and back toward Lake Charles and Lufkin and Alexandria, Louisiana could have some isolated severe storms. Last but not least, Saturday, there's no color at all, so it's pretty quiet all across the lower 48. We won't be worried about severe weather in any part of the lower 48 come Saturday. But I want to show you this. This is Thursday. This is tonight. A lot of clear skies will prevail 11 o'clock tonight, right into tomorrow. Some of these dots, I think, maybe a bit of model noise. So my anticipation is it's going to be mostly sunny during the day tomorrow. Looks like it's completely clear by midday on Friday. Really clear with light winds, generally about 5 to 10. Once we move into 5 o'clock, I think this is also overstated. I'm not anticipating rain, but we'll keep that watchful eye on maybe a drop of rain here or there in the Outer Banks. 11 o'clock tomorrow night, quiet. Becomes partly cloudy on Saturday, and then it really starts to settle down on Saturday at 5, maybe an isolated 20% chance, mainly in North Carolina. That's about all I expect to see. Not a whole lot of rain on Saturday, but if we see something, it may actually develop in the Tar Heel State. More likely than, say, Southeast Virginia. Friday morning, we're down to the low to mid 60s. We got down to 59 this morning, but I don't expect it to be quite that cold, although 50s will be more common in the Hosky, and 56 in Franklin. Wouldn't surprise me if we're closer to 62, however, in Virginia Beach, and Hampton about 64 degrees. Smithfield 59, Moyock 58, and about 58 for Gatesville for overnight lows tonight, tomorrow morning. Friday afternoon, though, we're back in the low to mid 80s. It may be a degree hotter tomorrow than versus today, which may be academic, but it's very comparable. Grab the sunglasses. You'll want that for your Friday. 70, it's going to be 85 for Suffolk, 85 for Edenton, and Duck about 81. Look for a high in Newport News at 84 and Matthews at 82. 82 degrees in Matthews County tomorrow. Here's your first warning, WTKR News 3 7-day forecast. We got 79 on Saturday, 77 on Sunday. A really pleasant looking weekend. Just can't rule out maybe a stray shower on Saturday, mainly North Carolina. But even still, it looks like down the road, Wednesday, Thursday, there might be an improved chance of rain by middle to late next week. Which only means that the dry areas that we just highlighted in the 757 could grow, meaning the abnormally dry drought monitor that we get next Thursday may actually expand some of those areas, depending on if we don't get much rain at all. Some probably could use it. Some maybe got too much too fast during some of the flash flooding events we had in the month of August. Not everybody had it, but it's sometimes in this type of environment, it's a story of the haves and have-nots. Some communities had a lot of rain, and clearly the airport and communities near Norfolk International did not. Just about 1.60 inches of rain, less than 2, have fallen all month. Take a look at this. This is our Hampton sunrise from our friend William Wood. He's one of our WTKR photographers. I just love these happy shots to kind of hopefully set the mood. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. This is from Kelly Cross. Kelly Cross, took this in Buckrow Beach. This was a sunrise. Love it because you can see with the foreground, we got the tree and the lighthouse, but you got the sun glowing behind it. And last but not least, Marvin Barnes out there at the Virginia Institute of Marine Science. That's what the VIMS, Virginia Institute of Marine Science in Gloucester Point, has a beautiful picture, and wanted to share that with you as well. So some great photos, and thank you so much. I am going to hopefully have some more updates. I've talked about the spotlights before. I love being able to go to your town and be able to spotlight and highlight some of the cool things that make your town unique. So if I suddenly appear in your neighborhood this weekend, don't be surprised. That might be something I have on my list of things to do, but I do love the fact that we can check some of those things. Some of the towns just recently did Portsmouth, Elizabeth City was before that, and of course the first 8 was Poquoson, Smithfield, Moyock, Edenton, Franklin, Exmoor, Matthews, and Manio. If there's a place you want me to go, I'm open to it. I have kind of maybe a preconceived list of where I want to go next. But if you have some place you want me to come, let me know. Leave that in the comments section as well. So that's where we are at the weather front. Let me come back and see if I go back to the 7-day, because I know that some of you might be like, where's the weather? Here's the weather. We're back to 84 tomorrow, upper 70s for the next 3 days for the weekend, and then the best chance of rain may come in by Thursday of next week. So we'll keep an eye on that. And if you have some other questions, I will comb back through the comments even as I speak now. Oh, I got a note from Luke. Let's see here. Then he wants to know, Luke wants to know, then it will be hot or cold. Well, it's all in the eye of the beholder, Luke. Probably so. You got to pick one. Which one? It's going to be hot tomorrow if 84 is hot for you, and then cool thereafter. And see here, I see Kim saying that's for sure. They're having a conversation amongst themselves. But I do want to remind you, we do this thing every Monday through Thursday. If you want to be a winner for pizza, I mentioned the 5 locations. You can sign up, go to WTKR.com/Marcos. If you didn't win tonight, you really kind of did win because you watched this live stream. Our friends at Marcos want to give you a real deal. Hard pressed to get through a drive-through these days for less than $8 before sales tax, of course, before the lunch combo. So you got 5 options: the Pozzoli, the pizza bowl, the regular size salad, 6-inch sub, and maybe a small 1-topping pizza with the 20-ounce drink using the promo code WTKR lunch. It is time sensitive, meaning you need to do it between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. So very thankful for Marcos, and thank you for all the winners. Again, these winners that we mentioned are on the screen here, and the big winner, if you're just joining us, was actually from Chesapeake. Her name is Elizabeth. Elizabeth won the pizza for the year. So congratulations to all of you. Now remember, it doesn't matter if the weather is sunny or if it's serious. It doesn't matter if there's a hurricane off the coast or if it's really far away. Kind of like what's happening off the coast of Africa. It's really far away, just 20% chance. But just know that every day is a gift and make the most of it in your neighborhood. We'll see you here next week. Take care and enjoy the holiday.